Okay. Welcome everybody to the June 1st Women in Business monthly meeting. Welcome to our new guests, Kate and Joy, and Lauren. I have to include Lauren, even though she's been around for a month and she's been to so many meetings. I forget she's still a new member. So we're going to have a great speaker today, Dubon Murphy from Heartland Payment Systems. Anne has been a member for quite a while, and she serves on our membership team and our golf outing committee as well. And is there anything I'm missing, Anne? What else? I know you do. And our Small Business Advisory Council. Is there anything else?
I think that's it for now.
That's it for now. So this is what happens once you start volunteering, you start volunteering for everything. And we're looking for people that are worker bees that want to help the chamber grow and thrive. And when people join and they say, what can I do? What can I do? Join a committee. It's the best thing you can do. You get to know people on a deeper level. I know we have other committee members on the call as well. Joanne, if you want to say a couple of words. Joanne is our newest board member. She just, because of all the volunteering she's been doing, she just got put on the board in May, voted onto the board in May. Do you want to say anything, Joanne?
What you said about volunteering, actually, it was volunteering that got me into the chamber in the first place, because I went to a volunteer event where Therese was, and that led to me joining the chamber and just kind of throwing myself in. I mean, whatever your business is, whatever your skill is, there's a need for it with something that goes on in the chamber, because there are so many events, so many talents and businesses that are involved in different ways. So whatever your skill set is, all you'd have to do is, reach out to a board member or Therese or a committee head, and they will find a spot for you. And yes, this is the most incredibly supportive chamber I've ever seen. Those of you who are new to it, you will see this is not just a business organization. This is truly like a family. It's like we all went to school together or something at one point, and we just have reunions week after week after week. So you'll love it.
Awesome. And Joanne comes to us as the editor-in-chief of the journal. She was her previous position, and she's got amazing writing skills, amazing. So we're happy to have her on board, besides just insight and knowledge to so much. So welcome to the board again, Joanne.
Thank you.
We have another board member on here. Dawn, are you there? Hi.
I'm here.
Dawn's another board member. Is there anything you'd like to add, Dawn?
No, I mean, I think everybody said it. It's such a warm and fuzzy chamber. I love coming to events. I know we've all been on other networking things where you kind of dread coming. And this one is completely opposite. If I miss something, I'm like, oh, I have to wait till next month for the Women in Business. But luckily, with the perk and being every single week, that's one of the biggest things I love. If you do miss something, because we just have to sometimes, there's one the next week. So it's wonderful to be able to have so many events and with so many great people.
Awesome. And I think the last board member I see is Tara Demyanovich from Outside the Box Gifts, who is an amazing creator. She's an artist through and through in so many different ways. And she does gift baskets, which are amazing.
Thank you, Therese.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I have to say, I've been a member for a very long time, and the best relationships in my life have been developed through this chamber. So I, like many of you, have belonged to several different chambers and organizations and networking groups, but I've really narrowed it down over the years, and I've completely dove into the Monmouth Regional Chamber of Commerce, just because there's so much that we offer. And all my friends are here. We are incredibly supportive. We all have each other's cell phone numbers. If you're having a bad day, we just reach out. Some of my best buddies are through this chamber. So, and my business has grown significantly through all the members here. So I thank this chamber, and I'll always be supportive of it in any manner. And for the new people, just dive in and you'll see that it's just amazing. As a matter of fact, Last Bite Mosquito was at the perk a couple times, and I believe you guys were members a long time ago when the twin brothers actually showed up at the perk. And that is how I became one of your clients for probably the past 3 or 4 years. I've been a client of Last Bike, and they are amazing. I can actually sit in my backyard without being bit. And I live on a ravine with a lot of water, so that tells you something.
Well, speaking
Thank
of
you
the
for that feedback.
Awesome. You see, we do support each other and we do refer to each other because we get to know each other. And, you know, when you like somebody, know them and trust them, you refer people to them and use their services. And I'm glad you mentioned the twins because the first time I met them was at our softball game at Blue Claw Stadium. And they were amazing baseball players, so softball players.
They're
So-
very athletic. Yes, they're both gym teachers, actually.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we're talking about doing softball again, Joy, so let them know to start practicing, okay?
Okay.
We haven't picked a date yet. We're looking towards, I think, October in the cooler weather.
Okay.
So, all right, good. And everybody, what we do is we put our information in the chat so we could share each other's contact. And then what you can do in the chat at the lower right-hand corner, there are 3 dots next to the word file. And if you click on that, it'll allow you to save the chat to your computer. So before we end the meeting, make sure you save the file and then you'll capture everyone's information. Just a little tidbit, little tip and trick of Zoom. So, all right. So I know I introduced Anne like 5-10 minutes ago. And we got started talking about the chamber, which I love. So thank you everybody for sharing. And Anne, the floor is yours.
Trace, thank you. And good morning, ladies. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for jumping on the day after a holiday weekend. I will be first and foremost to say it's not that easy coming back off a 3-day weekend, but thank you for your time. I hope you find this informational and you learn a thing or two. So my name is Dubon Murphy. I'm affiliated with Heartland Payment Systems. And just to give you a little bit of background about Heartland, we are the #3 payroll processor in the United States. Globally, we are #1 as far as merchant card processing. And we are now a Fortune 500 company, and that came through about a 1.5 years ago through acquisitions. So our focus has always been and will continue to be small business owners. You know, like I mentioned, we are one of the top 3. Our competitors, I will say, and I do not knock our competitors because every business model works for someone. I think their focus is more for the larger size businesses. And if you've ever worked for a larger company, that the services they offer pertain to, you know, a couple hundred, a couple thousand employees. Our focus really is on a business anywhere from 1 employee up to 250. We do more than 250, but our sweet spot is really in that area. And I will say I have clients that have or had 1 employee, they've started growing, which is wonderful. And you get the same service and treatment as if you were 100 employees. So with that being said, today I'm going to speak on the importance of payroll. And coming out of this dreaded COVID, if there's one thing we've learned, it's we need to make sure that our paperwork, our reports, our reporting, everything is up to date as we move forward. Because when we were facilitating on the PPP loans, you know, report generation was huge to our clients at that time and will continue to be going forward. But getting back to payroll in general, net payroll, many feel just like it's, oh, I get paid, what's the big deal? Well, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And I'm actually going to go through a couple of different areas here, starting on reputation, reflection of an organization's reputation and financial stability. And again, it's more than just ensuring employees get paid. Now with reputation, I focus on 2 different types of reputation. The first one is financial. If you're not able to pay your employees on said dates that they expect to get paid, you know, the liquidity and the financial stability of an organization goes into question. And that's the last thing you need is when you're trying to build your business, keep your customers, is for anyone to start talking about your financial stability or instability, where you're not able to pay employees because your vendors, your customers, they may say, well, if they can't pay their employees, what's the chances that they're paying us? So there's a lot of questioning that goes on behind that. There's also reputational, excuse me. Social media with the reputation. If you do not have happy employees, I would say at this point, I would almost guarantee employees are going to speak up, and it's not going to be word of mouth so much speaking to someone on the phone. It's going to be through social media. Again, coming out of COVID, I refer to this a lot because what small businesses have gone through, you know, they're trying to do anything and everything to stay afloat, to move forward and to keep growing. So if you have employees that are all of a sudden going on social media, whatever platform it is, and saying, can you believe this dude? And I always like to hold this up. This dude of a manager didn't pay me, you know, what's up with that? You know, and obviously the younger the generation, sometimes the language isn't as clean. Regardless of that, it's going out to everyone. And again, people are going to start questioning, well, if they're not treating their employees well, why would I want to work for them? And if they're not treating their employees well, how do they treat their customers? How do they treat their vendors? So it's really just a snowball effect that can grow and grow. You want to make sure you're keeping everyone happy. Obviously, we don't live in utopia. Issues do arise, but it's a matter of how you handle them and how you fix those going forward. So when I'm out speaking to a prospect or speaking to anyone as far as what their payroll provides, we like to get a full picture as far as what they're doing behind the scenes. Now, again, employees are paid in a number of different ways, and also who may handle it. You know, you have, again, this isn't the exciting, sexy talk of, you know, running an actual business, but it is important to stress there are employees, some will get paid weekly, some get paid hourly versus salaried. You know, you want to make sure you have someone who knows how to handle the payroll. And I don't know if you're aware, but it takes on average 5 to 8 hours a week to calculate, file payroll, taxes, and pay employees. That's a lot of time. If you're a business owner who's trying to grow your business, that's a lot of time out of, and I'm not even using a 40-hour work week, more like a 60, 70, 80-hour work week, because as we all know, you don't slap your name on a business and just open up 9 to 5, take your hour lunch and go home. It's 24/7, 365, because again, you want to make sure your customers are happy, your employees are happy. I digressed a bit there. So when thinking about paying employees, there's a lot of things you have to think about. And if Sherilyn was on, I would refer to her on a couple of these. You know, there are tax laws that are changing constantly. Do you know when those tax laws are changing? How are you getting notified when they're changing? You know, handling the payroll, again, like I mentioned, it takes 5 to 8 hours a week. Are you as the business owner doing it? Do you have a business manager who's doing it? Is your CPA doing it? Is it outsourced? You know, are you using a payroll provider? Are you using someone you trust, a bookkeeper like that? A lot of different questions to ask even before we sit down going through the hiring process to pay your employees. So again, I want the business owner to be able to walk me through how they hire their employees, because that's going to tell me how they're paying their employees. You know, how do you advertise for job openings? Are you just using print media? Are you using Indeed? Are you using LinkedIn? Anything like that? How do prospects apply for these positions? We're in the summer months now. People are, I know with Monmouth County, it's all over. People are desperately trying to hire employees. How are you going about it? Are you making it easier on these people to want to work for you? Or is it a process where they've got to come in, fill out an application, set up an appointment? It gets very, very convoluted sometimes. Then how are new employees onboarded once you hire them? Again, are they filling out a bunch of paperwork? Can they do it online? Can they do it from their phone? It's just a lot of things that go hand in hand with it. And then also, like I'd mentioned, the importance of HR with Sherilyn. You know, do you have a handbook? You know, and I'm guilty of this. I freely admit, when I was working in the city, when you start, have you read the handbook? You check yes. Nobody looks at it, and you should, because there's a lot of information that you need to know. Are you able to say the employee has to read the full handbook before they can check it? There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. And payroll, again, isn't just about paying employees. Again, like I mentioned, the hiring process. If your future employees can text to sign up for an interview, if they can go off their phones to register and to get their paperwork done, you're making it much easier on them. You're garnering excitement to come work for you. again, making that happier workplace. And again, the younger generation using this, the phone, sorry, you can't see it. They're going to say, hey, I just started working here, stop by. It's going to help grow your footprint within the community and help grow your business. Now, if you are using an outsourced payroll company, you want to make sure you're using someone that is bonded, that has the reputation, that isn't a fly-by-night. I will go back to a case in point about 2 years ago, upstate New York. The name of the company, I believe, was HR Payroll, where the owners basically absconded with about $35 million in funds. There were tons of businesses in upstate New York that no longer had the ability to pay their employees. They couldn't get any assistance whatsoever. Now it's through the courts and all that, but just think about that. How many lives were upended with the fact that you're putting your trust, your biggest investment with your employees, their payroll, their taxes, everything, with someone who just said, you know what, we made a nice penny here. That's it, we're done, leaving people high and dry. It doesn't work that way. And I'm just seeing in my notes, it was My Payroll HR back in 2019. And that's not the only case where it's happened. Again, you need to make sure you are with someone that you trust. Just like anything else, if you're looking for a resource, number one, I'll always go to the chamber. You always want to make sure you do your due diligence when you are looking to bring on a payroll provider. If your company is growing leaps and bounds, which I can't wait to hear the stories moving forward with companies growing, you want to make sure that you are on point talking to the professionals and making sure that your investment, your employees, your payroll, everything's being taken care of. Because once that auditor comes in and they have a list of questions that can't be answered, you're in a lot of trouble. And that word audit would scare anyone, anytime, any day. So, you also want to think about what the business owner going through. Again, and I apologize, I keep referring back to COVID, but there have been so many obstacles for these business owners to come through to get back to where we're starting to rebuild and grow going forward. You want to make sure that it's you're doing everything in the best interest of the business owner. I'll be perfectly honest, there are some business owners where we've discussed, what we can offer, what they're looking for. And I'll tell them flat out, if it's something we can't do, I'm not going to lie and say, hey, we can do it and kind of figure it out as we onboard them. I guarantee it, if we do that, the business owner is going to come back and say, but I still wanted this. Oh, we're working on it. Now you've just lost a client. It's like anything else. You need to make sure you're listening. There's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We need to make sure we're listening more than we're speaking. They know what it takes to grow their business. They know their thoughts. They know what they need to do. Listen to them and let them do that going forward. A case in point I'll also bring up too is we are now coming towards, and Dorothea will appreciate this, coming towards the end of the second quarter. Everybody's getting their paperwork done for filing this and that. If a business owner is talking to us right now, they want to start payroll, I'm not going to sign them up until it's the beginning of the third quarter. Because again, their W-2s, everything that needs to be filed, make it a clean break with who they're with right now, and start them clean with the third quarter. This way, there's less questioning coming back at year end. Again, you always want to make sure it's in the best interest of your potential client, who then again, also word of mouth, that's how you build your footprint. Business owners will often say it's too expensive to outsource their payroll. And sometimes that may be the case. But again, is it too expensive to pay the money up front to have someone you trust to file your taxes, to pay the taxes properly, versus an auditor, the government coming in all of a sudden saying, now you owe us $50,000 because of these 5 violations. Again, it's difficult when you're trying to watch every penny to make sure, you're doing it right. But again, it's built on that trust. I'll also say here, what people don't understand sometimes is payroll can also integrate with a lot of different areas of your business. I'll just use the restaurant as an example. If you are if your employees are punching in and out, time and attendance, that can all be integrated right into your payroll system. It's uploaded right before every pay period. There's no guessing. There's no There's no one is punching in and out for anyone else, because there is now, you can have geofencing, you can have face recognition off an iPad. Again, so many different variances that technology has given us that integrates right into your payroll. Also, I'd mentioned hiring and onboarding. You can also have it once the potential employee is now coming on. Everything can be electronic, where they can do it on their phone or laptop, do the paperwork they need to do. That all feeds through to the payroll. And it makes it much easier for the owner. It makes it much easier for the employee. And also, it just makes it happier for the employees that are there, because if they're short-staffed, they want to get employees in to get up and running. There's also something known as WOTC, which is the Workers' Opportunity Tax Credit. Businesses are really unfamiliar with it, and most payroll providers aren't speaking of it. There are a number of employees that actually fit, they're put into this arena where the business owner can actually receive tax credits if they are a veteran, if they are an ex-felon, ex-con trying to get their life back together, if they are living in a lower income area that is deemed so by the government. There are a couple of others. If you're looking to hire summer help, hiring someone between the ages of 16 to 18, all this qualifies for the Workers' Opportunity Tax Credit. Heartland incorporates that into their platform. Others, it's an additional charge. What that does is we do the paperwork, you present that to your CPA, and the payouts, or the tax credits, excuse me, it's not a payout. Tax credit can be anywhere between $2,400 to $9,600 per employee. There's no cap on that. So if you are trying to make a difference and hire, say, ex-felons, maybe you're a business owner who, made bad decisions earlier on, you're trying to do your best to help ex-felons get back into society. That's a lot of money you're leaving on the table as far as tax credits at the end of the year. So that's something that we do talk about a great deal, to make sure no penny is left on the table for these business owners. Other thing that I love about Heartland is we do not offer additional services such as insurance, retirement, anything like that. We focus on everything back end of the business owner. So what we do is we go out and we increase our footprint. We partner with insurance agents, insurance brokers, with 401k specialists, with CPAs. CPAs 9 times out of 10, and I'm not sure if we have any on here, I don't believe so, they don't want to run payroll. It's tedious, it's a time suck for them. They want to keep their clients happy. And if it's just taking to run their payroll, they'll do it. We partner with CPAs to alleviate that. And I don't want to get too much into it, but if a CPA has a book of business, they no longer want to do it, we can actually purchase, it's an acquisition, payroll acquisition, that we will purchase from the CPA. It is their payroll business only. It is still their clients. They are signed up to a portal where they can ensure all of their clients are getting paid. Their taxes are being taken out correctly. It makes it a lot easier for the CPA to cement that relationship, but also ensure that their clients are getting paid. So that's what I love, because not only are we building our footprint, but we're building the footprint for the independent insurance broker, the CPA, the financial person who does the 401ks, who does any type of retirement savings plan, depending on how the business is set up. Because the one thing business owners don't realize is once they're in these PEOs, it's a model that they're paying administration fees. For a 5-person business, you shouldn't be paying any type of extra fees to get your insurance benefits, your workers' comp, anything like that. What we do is once we establish relationships with these independent brokers, we do a handshake. So when we're signing a new client, they're looking for the services of retirement insurance. We do a handshake over to those brokers, those agents, whoever it may be. And now that's a new relationship direct with, I'll just use the insurance broker. There's no extra fees. And now they've developed that relationship. Or if you're a business owner who has an insurance broker that you've always wanted to use, now all of a sudden you can do so. Heartland stays out of it. Obviously, there's connection behind the scenes to make sure payments are being made, that you're in compliance with whatever the back pay is, the fees are that are taken, the deductions from the paycheck. But it does help the business owners give them comfort knowing now they've got professionals working with them. And again, not knocking the bigger, the competitors, but the focus really is ensuring the fees are kept as low as possible for business owners. It's a trusted relationship. We're looking out for them and we just want to see them grow. So that's really kind of the presentation. You know, if anybody has any questions, you know, again, I joke, is payroll this exciting conversation people want to have? Probably not, but it's so vital and important for a business owner to have to move forward. So that's my presentation. Again, thank you very much for your time. And again, thank you for joining the day after a holiday weekend. I do appreciate it. Therese, you're on mute.
Okay, yeah, I don't always mute myself, but I had to. So excellent job, and I just thought that was very insightful and great information on things that sometimes people don't realize because it goes on behind the scenes of a job and a business. So and just so everyone knows, the chamber does use Heartland payment systems for our payroll. So and they do a great job. So thank you, Anne, for that. So does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry, what was that?
So do I. And Anne's company is like really the best because there has been times where I forgot. They actually call me to say, hey, what's up? Missed, do you need help? So in spite of me being in India, I was able to process payroll because Marissa actually tried calling me. It didn't work. So she emailed me saying, what happened? I said, I can't access the system. Can you push it through? All I had to do was give her the numbers and the employees, and they put it through like in a flash. I didn't have to worry about it.
Very nice.
Thank you for that, Mitali.
Excellent. Does anybody have any questions for Anne before we move on? Okay.
I just thought it was really relevant to what you were saying. Can you hear me?
Yes.
In a past life, I used to do payroll as part of my responsibilities under the finance umbrella. And exactly what you were saying, it took way too much time. There was so much room for error. It's very, very tedious. And if I had the opportunity back then, and I'm talking 12 years ago or more, I absolutely would have outsourced it if I had the opportunity. It was 30 people and it took hours. And I am a CPA, so a lot of the things you said really resonated with me. So thank you so much, Anne.
Thank you. Thanks, Lauren.
Excellent. Before we discuss anything further, Anne, let's just go around the room because I know a couple of people have to hop off.
Oh,
So
sure.
all right, so we're going to start with Dorothea and then go to Dawn and then go to Mitali.
Thanks, Therese. Thank you, Anne. That was excellent. As always, you were so knowledgeable, so thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be here. It's nice to see everyone. My name is Dorothea Zando. I am a senior wealth management consultant. I do financial planning, retirement planning, all that good stuff. And in my other life, I'm also very involved in the nonprofit world. So I run a foundation that was established in memory of my brother. And we are actually having a fundraiser in person this year in September, which you will all be getting an invitation to. So we're looking forward to that, to being, you know, with people again and actually raising some money for a good cause. So those are the two things that I do. Those are my two passions. It's great to see everybody. Everybody have a nice week. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothea.
Hello, I am Joanne Malinowski, and that was awesome. I've worked with Anne's off with Heartland through e-commerce websites, and their systems are phenomenal. Like my coding specialist said that it was one of the best systems he's ever used to combine the e-commerce site with the regular site. So just so you're aware of that too, she's got so much to offer. And I'm sure that like everything that the company is just wonderful, and Anne's, you know, everybody knows Anne's phenomenal. So I am Joanne Malinowski, and I own SocialTrend Marketing Solutions. We do social media marketing, website design, and Google Ads management. I have a lot of new clients for LinkedIn. A lot of people are realizing how how LinkedIn is just so, it's basically networking online, but they don't have time to do it themselves. So we can kind of take over and help you. All you have to do is answer messages when people return them. So we can get all the actual networking done for you. And then you just have to talk to people in return. So if you have any questions whatsoever, give me a call. My name is Dawn from SocialTrend. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. Mitali?
Yeah, it helps to unmute yourself, right? So this is Mitali Vasa from CMIT Solutions. I am a network and cloud solutions provider. It's my passion to be in technology. I enjoy technology, and I provide solutions for small to medium-sized businesses, especially any financial advisors, any CPAs. Now that tax season has rolled over, this would be the best time to get your network analyzed and make sure that you're compliant with a lot of things. Also, we are a good HIPAA compliant team. So if your network needs audit for HIPAA, we make sure that you are compliant to whatever HIPAA regulations are. And not only HIPAA, we also do FINRA regulation compliancy. And we also provide non-profit organizations with support for any of their needs, because nonprofit is a large area where a lot of technology doesn't get used. So yes, that would be a very good place to even consider any networking related updates and upgrades, because the latest PPP funds have made provision for any upgrades to cloud as something that you can take a break on. So do consider upgrading your network, because everybody thinks, it's just a computer. Why bother touch it when it's not broken? But believe me, with all the hacking going on these days, you might want to reconsider what your home network looks like too sometimes. Mitali Vasa from CMIT Solutions.
Thank you, Mitali. Next is Nancy DaSilva, Joanne Colella, and Laura Matlaga. Oh, Nancy, you're on mute. I don't remember if it's *6 or *6 or.
I think
Okay, there you go.
Therese, you can unmute her as an.
Oh, it says ask to
You
unmute. I
muted
couldn't
me.
unmute her.
It's okay, thank you. I'm Nancy DaSilva. I work in a senior relationship banker at M&T Bank. I focus on a small business to help a small business, and now with the PPP program, we help more than 70% to our small business with less than 10 employees. So our focus is the relationship, building a relationship with our small business. So help as a person, understand what's important with them, and then trying to help all the way. And then when they call us, call me or call M&T Bank, call a person. So we are really help it. We need to go to your place and we go and help it. So this is what I do, and like to enjoy my second time in the meetings. So I'm glad to meet you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Good morning, it's Joanne Colella. My business is Colella Communications. I provide writing and editing and proofreading services for all kinds of businesses and organizations. So if you have a website or marketing materials, blog posts, LinkedIn profiles, anything like that, whether you need some new content or if you have existing content and you just want an extra pair of eyes to look it over and correct it, do any upgrades and updates to it, I'd be happy to help. So Joanne Colella, Colella Communications.
Thank you, Joanne.
Hello, Everyone, hi, my name is Laura Matlaga from Pico Wellness. Are you dealing with stress that is affecting your sleep? So many of us are struggling right now from what's going on in the world, and I help you to feel calmer, grounded, more relaxed through prayer, meditation, so we all could live a joyful and fulfilled life that we love. A good referral for me is someone that would need support with either anxiety or wants to raise their vibration through meditation, less pain in their body, and have someone to support them. So if you're looking to improve your health, I invite you to connect with me for a Power Up Your Health session. My chat information's in below. One of the tools I use in my toolbox, besides meditation, is essential oils to help support every system in our body. So reach out. I am going to be also starting prayer and meditation on, I think, Tuesday evenings at sunset, and complimentary frankincense oil will be given. And another passion is I am also a great fundraiser, and I love to give back to the world. And right now we're doing a Blair Mackenzie Foundation, which actually I met through the chamber and also through another network. And it is women that have lost their children to SIDS. And the fundraiser, I'll put the information in the chat below. So everyone, hope you had a very safe and wonderful holiday weekend, and looking forward to connecting with you. God bless.
Thank you, Laura. Next, we'll have Gilda, Lauren, and Joy.
Good morning, ladies. Nice to see everyone again. Nice presentation, Ann. I'm Gilda Healy of Healy Brokerage, and we offer insurance services for both your business, your home, your jewelry, your artwork, anything that needs insuring. Good referrals for us right now are one-day event policies. As we start coming back in person and venues may require this from you, we do that. Another good referral for us is cyber liability. That can be a problem for those of us, and most of us do work in the cyber and virtual world. Another good referral for us are bonds for pension plans, licenses, estates, we do all of that. And last but not least, we're coming into hurricane season, and that means bodies of water overflow, and that's where flood insurance comes in. We do that too. And we say it every week at the perk, and if anybody wants to chime in, it would be great compliment. We take care of you everywhere, from Niagara Falls to the shores of Cape May. We've
got you covered.
Gilda Healy, Healy Brokerage.
Thank you, Gilda. Joy, you have to unmute.
Hi, everyone. So I'm new to Last Bite Mosquito and Tick. I've been here since February. So I am doing a little bit of the sales and marketing and learning a lot. We're a family, locally owned and operated company that prides themselves on providing outstanding customer service. The idea of conception came out of the love of spending time outdoors with families. Through Jason and Jeremy, they are the owners. You mentioned the twins, they are the twins. And over the years, they noticed they had a lot of mosquitoes and ticks that were becoming unbearable in the state of New Jersey. So they decided to start up a small company that has become actually rather large. We're expected to have, I think, about 7,000 customers by the end of the season. Nice. So we are growing. So, you know, we all dread the routine of spraying down our young children with chemicals, our dogs continually getting chewed up and ticks. We find ourselves inside more often than we like. And we've all tried expensive traps and sprays and they don't work. And after much research, the owners, Jeremy and Jason, came to enjoy a mosquito-free backyard with applications. We call them our barrier spray and our all natural spray for those that want 100% green solution. Our barrier treatment is 100% biodegradable. We do adhere to all EPA standards. And and we guarantee our work. And like I said, we really pride ourselves on customer service. Our customers are number one priority. And I love that about the company. They're also very good to their employees. We also have another company called Total Home Pest Control. That came out of the Last Bite Mosquito company. So it's our sister company, and they do normal pest control for the house inside and out.
Thank you, Joy. Lauren, I think I skipped you. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Lauren Siewert from Mountain Hill Investment Partners. We are corporate 401k advisors, and we partner with business leaders to ensure 401k plans are streamlined, efficient, and in the best interest for employees. We make sure that the plans are ERISA compliant and ensure that the Department of Labor is not going to come after any companies. But more importantly, we sit down with employees on a periodic basis, typically 4 times a year, and we go through financial planning with each person individually, and that's part of our services. So this is really important because, you know, in today's world where everybody's financially stressed, we help put people on give them a blueprint to retirement. We think this is a really awesome employee benefit that smart businesses are starting to offer. Additionally, we meet quarterly and we check the box for ERISA standards with the 401k committee to make sure that the plan continues to be streamlined and efficient, low cost, and high performing. So we love what we do. We like to help people make incremental changes to improve their financial lives.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Next is Sharon, Kate, and then Joanne Nadell.
Good morning, all, and thank you again for that great presentation, very informative, and I might be reaching out to you for a CPA friend of mine who has payroll issues. I am Sharon Purpuro, Director of Donor Relations at CentraState Healthcare System in Freehold. We do the fundraising for the hospital and our 3 senior facilities, Applewood, which is a senior living community, the Manor, which is a skilled nursing facility, and Monmouth Crossing is assisted living community. We do have our next event is next Monday coming up, June 7th, Band-Aid Open, and we're excited about that. We weren't able to do it last year, obviously, and all proceeds go to our pediatrics. So I'm pretty sure it's on the Chamber's site, but I'll double check with the event, our event person to make sure it's on there. So I don't know if we have any openings if you're golfers, but there's sponsorships available, and we're looking forward to it. And pray for us for good weather. And it's good to see everybody again.
Thank you, Sharon.
Good morning, ladies. My name is Kate Tobie. I am a financial services professional with the Fortis agency. Like I mentioned, we're located in Bellworks. We handle all aspects of financial planning and wealth management. Primarily, I work with physical therapists. I played college basketball at Montclair State University, so I've had great interactions with PTs. If we ever actually meet in person, you'll see that I'm 6 feet tall. You can't really tell from Zoom meetings, but people are pleasantly surprised when we actually do meet in person how tall I am. I also work with a lot of millennials. Being a millennial myself, I found that school systems didn't do a great job teaching us about, taxes and credit cards. So it really is a passion of mine to teach and, assist other young professionals about their finances and just help them understand their financial world a little bit better. So a great referral for me would be a physical therapist, or if you know anyone that's just getting married, looking to buy a house, young couples, that would be a great referral for me as well. So thank you so much. This has been so great. And I'm looking forward to continuing to join these meetings in the future. So thank you.
Thank you for coming, Kate. Glad you found us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joanne Nadell. I'm an attorney in Wall, and as many of you know, the main focus of my practice is divorce mediation. And it occurred to me, I should tell you, there are a lot of other things I work on as well. I do a fair number of prenups. I do a fair number of post-marital agreements where things change or money's inherited. I do child support modifications. I broker alimony modifications if it's necessary. I help couples who their children are older or they've had a change in their employment and they need to modify their child support. I run the child support guidelines for them and help them file the appropriate paperwork with the probation department. So it's really a full service family law business. And if I can't handle your matter personally, over the last 40 years, I've built up an incredibly brilliant network who can handle anything that anyone in your family may need. So, and again, Anne, thank you. I meant to say it first. Thank you for your presentation. That was very, very helpful and insightful. And may all our companies grow that we must hire Anne.
Yes.
Have a good week, everybody.
Love that. That's awesome. Okay, so I believe Tara, I think you're the last person to go. Yay. Unmute. Unmute. There you go.
That's helpful, isn't it? I'm Tara Demyanovich, owner of Outside the Box Gifts. And here's how my business works. You call me up, tell me a little bit about the person that you want a gift for and why, and your budget. I'll go out and shop till I drop, package with a purpose, creating a memorable gift that you can celebrate with someone and you are remembered as that great person. I'll just give you a quick example. I have many gifts here right now, but we'll focus on mom-to-be. This was my first Cricut project. What a pain in the neck that was to print out, but it makes the gift look fun. It's for a mom who's giving birth very shortly. And the person brought in, sometimes they'll ask me to add something to the gift. And this was the mom's favorite wine that she can have after delivery. And we turned it into a bee theme with many Burt's Bees products, the flip-flops, Believe in Yourself, and the Repairing Honey hair mask. So, and then we make a homemade bow. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but that's my gig for that one. And there's many others here. Dear Lord, this place looks like it threw up gifts all over the place. But at any rate, that's my world, a little touch of my world for you ladies. It's been a pleasure having some time with you guys. Tara Demyanovich, Outside the Box Gift, and your wonderful, great presentation. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, so I know it's 9:30 and we usually end here, but we just want to make a couple of announcements if you guys can hang in with us for a couple of more minutes. And if you can unmute yourself.
Thanks, Therese. As you know, Ivy Jacott, who was brilliant in getting these meetings together on a monthly basis, she had a new job opportunity that she took last month, I'll say, early last month or so. So due to her responsibilities, she is not able to work on this going forward. So we kind of did some behind the scenes reshuffling, and now it's going to be, we're incorporating this meeting with our quarterly luncheon business. So Sherilyn Prislomski is going to oversee it. Tara is going to be, and Tara, I hope I'm not taking your thunder. Tara is going to be the one organizing the Women in Business luncheons, and I'm taking over and filling some very big shoes that Ivy left for our monthly meetings. So I ask you to be patient if I don't do it exactly like Ivy did, because again, she was brilliant with what she did. And also, if anyone has any ideas or would like to present, please let me know. I want to make sure that we get the most out of this going forward with our chamber, because this is a dynamic group, especially with this meeting. We get everybody going the beginning of the month. So thank you for that. And again, thank you to Ivy for all of her efforts up until this point. Brilliant.
Yes. So Ivy, thank you. Yes. Yay. Yay, Anne. Yay, Ivy. Ivy's amazing. I know we can't replace her. And Anne, we don't expect you to do exactly what Ivy did. We expect you to do what Anne does. So no pressure on you, okay? So Ivy is going to continue on as the Athena. We have the Athena Awards coming up in November. She is still the chairperson of Athena. So she's working hard behind the scenes on bringing that to fruition. The first Friday in November, the 5th of November 5th. And we're coming up on the deadline for our nominations for Athena. I don't have time to get into the details, but it's on the website. If you go look at our events and go look at Athena, Nomination forms are due at the end of June, June 30th. So just check it out. If you know anybody who's worthy of being nominated, please let us know. Or if you yourself think you're qualified, you can nominate yourself or get a friend to nominate you. But we do ask that people try to get their nomination forms in early so we can review them and see if there's any work that needs to be done to them, and then get it back to us by the deadline of June 30th. So that's the big thing going on now. And the next big event we have is our golf outing on June 16th. It's a Wednesday. And we are honoring Colonel Sam Fuoco, who we lost to COVID last year. And a portion of the net proceeds is going to go to their junior ROTC scholarship fund in his name. We do have a lot of people that aren't even chamber members that are golfing with us. So it's a great way to meet new people. And if you don't golf, you can volunteer to help us that day. And we also are having an awards reception at 5 o'clock. You can also just come for the awards reception, but come earlier and you can come and network with us before the reception. Okay, so that's the next big event. And as Tara said, we have the Women in Business Luncheon coming up. And there's lots more. Every Friday we have something going on at the Perk. This Friday, don't miss it, 8 o'clock. We have a new initiative that we're rolling out. There's always something new going on in the chamber. So don't miss it, Friday at 8 o'clock this week. And then next Friday, we're going to be meeting in person at Doorbrook Park, weather permitting. So keep your eyes out for that. And lots more stuff on the calendar, but just check it out. And I guess that's it. Anybody have any questions? Anything else they want to add? All right, so 4 minutes over. That's not too bad. Thank you, everybody. Have a great month, and we'll see you at the next event.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy June.
Bye.
Happy June.
Everybody be well, be safe.